Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy. Welcome back to another video. This time I'm going to be talking about my matchups predictions for the MLS is Back event. Of course, we did have that MLS is Back event. You can get these sick players: Almiron, Dos Santos, David Villa, Giovinco, and Lodero from the Seattle Sounders. And also you can try and get that 90 Schweinsteiger if you do open those MLS matchups store packs. Now, I'm going to show you my predictions for the matchups, but I just want to let you know, as somebody, I'm from North America. I do watch MLS a ton. I love MLS a lot. I go to the matches in person as well. And I will tell you that MLS is probably the toughest league to ever predict. The games are so random. I mean, the best team in the best team in 1 year will just lose to the worst team on some random weekend, you know, the best team loses against the worst team does really well all of a sudden. A team that you thought was good will just perform really badly the next week. It's just up and down. You can never tell, you know. So these are my educated guesses, I would say, just based on what I know about MLS. So Toronto versus Columbus Crew. Now, Toronto, they did win the championship last year. They are the champions of Major League Soccer, and I would say they are the best team in the league by far, not just because they won the title, but overall, you know, I think they were setting they set the most amount of wins in a season, which shows that they do have a bit of consistency. Unlike a lot of the teams in MLS, they do show a bit of consistency, and they're playing at home against Columbus Crew. The Crew is in a weird place, you know. They might be moving to Austin. I think they did lose some of their key players this past window as well. So I don't think they'll be able to win against a Toronto that has Giovinco, who's ready to go, Josie Altidore, and Michael Bradley, especially at Toronto's home. So I picked Toronto FC for that one. Philadelphia Union versus New England. Now, New England did not have a great performance last season. They're kind of a boring team, if I'm being honest with you. No offense to anybody in New England. Philadelphia Union is a solid team, made some great signings as well over the summer, so I went with them at home for this matchup against New England. I don't think New England will do as well, but again, you never know. Year to year, one team might do terribly one season in MLS, and then they'll be the best team out there the next season. So Dallas versus Real Salt Lake. Now, over the course of the history of, well, at least the last 10 years in Major League Soccer, RSL has been a good team, but unfortunately last year they're pretty bad. And I don't see that changing anytime soon. FC Dallas is one of those teams that's always doing well in the regular season, but then when it comes to playoffs, they just don't make it to the final. But regular season, they're very dominant. They got some great young Latin players, like Rudy, and I would say at home they'll probably take it home again. They're arguably, there's about 5 teams in MLS that are kind of consistent, and I would say Dallas is probably one of them. So I gave them the win there, especially because at home. And I'm going to pick another home side, Seattle versus LAFC. So if you don't know, LAFC is the brand new franchise. This is the first season in MLS. And usually it's rare that a brand new franchise hits the ground running in MLS. The only exception would be Atlanta United last season. But they were probably one of the best franchises out there right now in North American sports. So they did really well. I mean, LAFC has some great players. They've signed Carlos Vela. You have some experienced players like Beta-Jor, Jordan Harvey, things like that, you know. But this is, again, first game playing as a team. Do they have that chemistry already in the first game? Versus Seattle, they're playing at home. Seattle's probably one of the most intimidating stadiums. Well, not necessarily intimidating. It is a very loud stadium, but they have some of the best supporters, so it's, you know, incredibly loud. They've got great support, and they play very well at home. They are the runners-up last year, by the way, so they've been to the MLS Cup final 2 years running, so a strong team nonetheless. They got great players. Hopefully Jordan Morris is back. I'm not 100% sure, actually. I should have checked that. They've got Clint Dempsey. Overall, a very solid team, so I'm definitely going to tip them to win that matchup. SKC and NYC. So I went for a draw on this one because SKC, they've been previously champions before. I think it was 2013 or 2012 where they were champions of MLS. So they've been a good team over the years. They've lost some of their better strikers like Dom Dwyer. They traded him to Orlando. They were okay. They weren't great last season. NYCFC is a great team. They're great attacking, but I don't trust them away from home, to be honest with you. So I can see them going ahead in this match and then conceding a few goals, because sometimes they can be a bit shaky at the back. So I see them going ahead and then giving up some late goals. So I went with a draw on that one. We can start from the bottom here actually. LA Galaxy, sorry, not LAFC. LA Galaxy versus Portland. Now Portland, they just got a new coach who's a pretty impressive signing, but you know, new system, new coach, new system. LA Galaxy, you know, they're like the Man United of MLS. They've won the most titles in MLS, I believe, in its history. But recently, they had a really bad season last year, which is very unlike them. So that's the thing. As much as I want to say that they're going to be bad again, you never know with MLS. Like, one season the team can be bad, next season they can be good. So they could all of a sudden be good again. I mean, they do have like the likes of Alessandrini, Dos Santos. They can just pop off. So Portland's a very, very good side. They're probably, again, they're one of those 5 most consistent teams, I would say, in MLS. They're great football. They're one of the few teams in MLS that actually like try to play European football, but I don't know if that was because of their coach, Caleb Porter, or if they're going to keep that with that new coach. He does have a great resume, but at the same time, you just never know. So I'm just going to go for a draw on that because Portland, I don't like their chances away from home. They're very strong. Away from home. They're very strong at home, but I think they're going to be a bit shaky at the start. Now, Vancouver versus Montreal. Vancouver is, of course, the first place I lived in Canada. I currently live in Toronto. I just moved here this week. But, you know, one thing I've learned in matchups is never go against your team, and Vancouver's my team, so I'm not going to go against them. Although Montreal's got a great team. I really like one of their players, Piatti. He's one of my favorite players, if not my favorite player in MLS. So it might be a draw, but I would say I'm not gonna go against my team because I went against Man United last time against Chelsea, and that messed me up. So San Jose versus Minnesota. Minnesota's probably one of the worst teams in MLS, if I'm being 100% honest with you, especially last year. Last year was their first year in MLS, so you know they could improve, but I wouldn't tip them too. Again, not the best team. Neither are the Quakes. They did clinch playoffs, but just barely. So they were like okay last year. But I would give them the advantage at home. Next up, Orlando versus DC. Now, Orlando has lost a few good players. They lost Kaká, who of course retired, and they also lost Kyle Aaron, who went to Besiktas. DC United, again, they're one of those okay teams. Orlando has a great home support. I mean, their stadium is packed, loud. But at the same time, they can be a bit sloppy. So both teams, not feeling confident about either team, to be honest with you. So I went for a draw. Houston versus Atlanta United. Now, this is the one away match. This is the one match that I gave the away team for a win. Atlanta United, incredible attacking lineup. Almiron, Josef Martinez. Houston can be hit or miss. Like, sometimes they're great. I think they kind of start slow. Well, sometimes they're great, sometimes they're bad. They do have, I think, Cubo Torres still there? I would say Atlanta gets this one. Atlanta's probably one of the best attacking teams in MLS right now. So those are my picks for the MLS is back event. Again, MLS is so random, guys. You'll see exactly what I mean. Dude, I'll be happy if I even get 4 of these predictions right. Honestly, I don't know if anybody's gonna get all 8. It's so random. It's such a crazy league. That's why I love watching it, because it's so crazy. You just literally don't know what's gonna happen next. Yeah, the best team in the league will lose 4-0 all of a sudden for no reason. But it's incredible to watch. I hope you guys tune in some of the matches if you can, if you live in North America. If you do live in North America, why not go to some of the matches? If the matches are in your hometown, go check out those matches, because I think they can be a lot of fun. I love going to those matches. So those are my predictions. Good luck in MLS is back matchups, and I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.